Hello everybody, and welcome to the fourth video of my Python for Beginners course. In this video we're going to talk about data conversion, and that means converting different data types to another data type. So in the last videos we've covered different data types. We have integers, floats, strings and boolean values, and to convert, say for example, a string to an integer, we can do that using different functions in Python. So let's get started. Say we have the number 5. We can print this number using the print function, print 5. 5 in this case is an integer. If we want to convert 5 to a floating point number, for example, we can use the float function. We say float, then we have these brackets, and 5 should be inside of those brackets. Now, if we print this, we get 5.0 instead of 5. We can also do the reverse. If we have, for example, 20.0, a float data type. If we want to convert this to an integer, we can use the int function. And again, 20.0 has to be inside of those brackets. And now we get 20 instead of 20.0. We can also convert, for example, a float or an integer to string. So let's change this int to str, and str stands for string. And now we still get 20.0, but that's because you can't really see the difference of strings or integers or floating numbers in the terminal, but this has a data type of string, and that's because of the string function. The int, float and str function are the functions you're going to use the most when converting data types. We're now going to create a simple program to practice the conversion of data. Say we want to create a program that takes a number as an input and then squares that number, and at the end outputs that number to the screen. To achieve that, we have to convert different data types to perform the necessary calculations. So let's do that right now. Let's say num input. That's the variable where we're going to store the input of the user. That's going to be equal to an input function. Enter a number. Now the output we're going to get from this input function is going to be a string, but we want to treat this as a number, as an integer, so we need to convert this string to an integer, and we can do that by using the int function. Close it. Now let's just print this variable. Enter a number, let's say 10, and now it prints this number, and this number has a type of integer instead of string. If you don't know anything about the input function, check the link in the description to learn more about that. Now we need to square the number, so say num squared is num input times num input. And then we want to output num squared. Let's run this. So now if we input 5, we should get 25. To make the output more readable for the user, we can say output colon to let the user know that this is the output of the program. We can join these two together using the plus. If we run this, 5, we get an error, and we get this error, it's a type error, because we cannot concatenate a string with an integer. Remember, we converted this input to an integer, so it's not possible to concatenate a string with an integer. We can solve this by converting this integer to a string again. So we can say str, open that, close that, and now if we run it, we can say 5. The output is 25. Now it works because num squared is converted to a string, and you can concatenate two strings together using the plus operator. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please leave a thumbs up, and please subscribe to help the channel grow, and I will hopefully see you in the next video. Bye!